Hey guys, so for today we'll discuss more on exploring some data management features, and that is covering also sorting. So as you work with lists in Excel, it's not unusual to want to rearrange the order of the rows within the list, and we call that sorting, no? And although there is a way to sort by columns, moving columns left to right, and sort usually means let's rearrange the order of the rows based on what we see in one or more columns. And as we look at this worksheet that is labeled sorting, it appears to be sorted by either this column right here, column H, or maybe column J as well. Now, we might want to rearrange it by this time by department. At any time you're about to sort a list, if there is data on the same worksheet, for example, we see here on the right side of the screen, and I do have data, maybe even more down below. And for example, I still need this data here, right there, and I don't want to remove them just yet. And perhaps I have heaps of data on other parts of this worksheet. That's okay. Uh, so before sorting this list, we always make sure that our list is at least segregated by at least an empty column on the right side. So for example, we have here. And if there happens to be data below it, make sure you've got a few empty rows separating that data as well. And then we're ready to sort. When we are ready to sort, we can highlight the data, or if we know that we have no empty rows or columns within it, we can just click within the data and start using the sort commands. Well, it's not a bad idea, really, specifically if, for example, you haven't seen the data in a while, and so you click within the data and press control on the keyboard, control A, and A stands for all. If you're not familiar with that, okay. So the next thing we do is press control period a few times. So this will simply move the active cell around the corners of the range. What you don't want to happen is to end up sorting and then realize later on that only some of your data got sorted. So that would be a pity, no? Now we go down to the bottom here, press control period again, once again. And you don't have to do this very often, no? Okay, so we're ready to sort. We can keep the data highlighted or click within it on the home tab on this region to the right. Let's click sort filter, and you can go into custom sort. There you go. And then there is this pop-up box, dialog box for sort. Um, and another alternative that you can choose is to go into the data tab and use the larger sort button right here. Sort. This doesn't say custom sort, no, but it means the same thing. Now you see two small buttons just beside it, but we'll get to that. This just represents simple sorting. Okay, now if we click right through it, while the selection is within the range, so here is the pop-up, the usual pop-up box that we'll see. Um, it automatically selects this part right here that says my data has headers. Excel automatically figures that your list already has headers. But if in the circumstance that it's not the case, then we can just leave it unchecked. Okay. Um, okay. So we can sort this time on the basis of what's in any column. We can sort in based on one column, maybe even more than one, maybe two. How about more than two, maybe three? So we want our major grouping, for example, to be by department. There you go. So we have a field list of fields on the drop down list, and we select the field department. Okay. So sort Click the drop arrow. It just showed our field names department. And now in some departments, maybe there are gonna be a lot of people there. So as we're looking at that department, maybe we might want to add another level. How about, let's say, status? And in some departments, we might even have a lot of people with the same status and same department. So we can add another level. So if it's a text field, you probably want this to be in alphabetical order. If it's a numeric field, say that the third level that we want is to be sorted by years of service. Consider whether you want it to be smallest to largest or the other way around. And we can also have another level here, the fourth level, which is sorted by employee name. So sorting is really uh, uh, goes in an instant, right? It's very instantaneous. We are about to see the sorted list. All right, sorted list by department, and within each department, it's sorted by status, and within that, by the number of years of service, just like this. And within that set, by the employee name. So for example, we're looking at this set right here, and it's sorted already by employee name. Okay, so we have here, we have a number of contract uh, people up earlier on under account management, and we also have a number of people under of full-time people under account management, and under that they are sorted by the years of service, from the smallest to the largest. And then within the same set, it's sorted by alphabetical. So so you quickly get the feel of what Excel does, or what Excel here just did for you. At a later time, for example, if you simply wanted to resort this list by employee name, okay, let's select any area here in this column right here, okay, and click the simple A to Z button, sort. Okay, what just happened? So it's gonna rearrange the entire list by employee name. Now, if the next sort you do, either few hours later or immediately, or maybe the next days or so, if we click in column C and click sort, so it's now rearranged the data based on what's in column C. But Excel does remember that right now it's in order by employee name. Okay. And if at a later time I come back and click in column D, I'm gonna sort by status this time. So Excel remembers the previous orders. So here is sorted by status now, and within that is still remember the previous setup earlier on. So really, sometimes when you're sorting on multiple levels, if you remember that the last sort always overrides but remembers the previous order, you can even use these buttons in succession as you get more comfortable with sorting, no? And from time to time, there are uh, special options in here. You can sort on cell color, or you can even sort on font color. And if you're familiar with conditional formatting icons, you can sort on that basis as well. Unfortunately, in this example, we don't have that setup just yet. Now, if there is that scenario or requirement to sort by moving columns left and right, you jump into options box here and select that option as well. Okay, so sorting is generally foolproof. It's super quick, and it's relatively easy, and it's absolutely essential for us as we work with large lists of data.